Hello and welcome to today's webinar on how to empower your sales team with customer analytics. My name is Andy Cluck and I'm on the marketing team here at Ledgeview Partners. We have an exciting topic to talk about today as we dig into the value and power of customer analytics. Today we will demonstrate how exposing marketing activity information to the sales team can really help them be more informed about their customers' needs before making that first sales connection. In return, push sales result data back will empower your marketing team and efforts as well. If you were with us for any of our previous webinars, I want to say welcome back. In addition to our countless webinars that focus on Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Salesforce, we also offer several role-based webinars such as these monthly marketing-focused webinars. If you didn't get a chance to watch our previous two webinars, Marketing Automation for CRM, What's the Difference, and Using Technology to Align Sales and Marketing Teams, you can queue them up at ledgeviewpartners.com/marketing-services, and then there's a link that you can click on for our monthly webinars to view them on demand. And while you're there, you can go and sign up for the next webinar in our monthly series. Following today's presentation, a recorded version for this one will also be able to be found on that site. Before I hand things off to Jody today, I just have a few quick housekeeping items to cover. So I want to mention that today's webinar is being recorded and it will, as I said, be available on demand after the last session. All attendees will receive an email immediately following this webinar with a link to access the presentation. To ensure the best audio quality today, we have everyone on listen-only mode, but if you do have a question, please submit those in the question pane of your GoToWebinar control panel. If we have time at the end of the presentation, we'll field as many questions as possible. But if we don't get to your question, we'll follow up after the webinar. Now, time to introduce our presenter, Jody Gilroy. Jody is a CRM application consultant with Ledgeview Partners and has an extensive marketing background and knows firsthand how valuable customer analytics, if shared and actually utilized, can be a real game changer to successfully connect with your customers, prospects, and those new leads as well. Jody, thanks for joining us today. It's all yours.
All right. Thanks, Andy, and thanks for everybody else that has joined the call today. So as Andy mentioned, I am a CRM application consultant with Ledgeview, but prior to joining Ledgeview, my career path really allowed me to serve in a variety of marketing roles. I spent the majority of that time developing digital strategy and ensuring execution with the use of CRM and marketing automation. And I really also had the opportunity to be on the client side of a CRM and a marketing automation implementation project. Leading that project for manufacturing, I was provided the opportunity to experience firsthand the challenges and opportunities in creating marketing and sales alignment. There are several strategies that can be deployed to help create this much sought after alignment. And we discussed several during our last webinar series. But today we're going to really dive deeper into the topic of customer analytics and how this data can help to empower your sales organizations. So I'm sure you guys have all heard the term, right? Big data. And as you can see here in this Dilbert cartoon, using it will solve all of your problems. Just kidding. But I will promise you that during the presentation, I will provide you with actionable ways to connect with your prospects through the use of data and increase your sales performance. And because this presentation is data focused, I'm going to stick with the theme and offer some insights regarding the modern buyer's behavior as we look at each of the customer analytic categories. I believe it will further reinforce the importance of using data to your advantage as part of the sales process. So let's begin with the first set of statistics. 90% of buyers say that they never respond to cold call outreach. And 5.4 people are now involved in the average B2B buying decision. And this, by 2020, customers will manage 85% of their interaction with the enterprise without interacting with a human. If we were to take a time machine back maybe even 10 years ago, these statistics would be very different. But it would ask you this: how many of your organizations are still using the same sales and marketing techniques as you did 10 years ago? If this statistic proves to be true, and I believe it really will, you will need to get smarter and adapt to the way that customers want to interact with you or want to access information. And as a result, the way we sell needs to change. So how are we going to use data to aid us in the sales process? Or how will we use data to help us redefine our sales processes? Or better yet, how will we use data to help us increase our sales performance? Well, there are plenty of data points out there, thus the term big data mentioned earlier. We are going to focus today on the ones that are primarily generated by your marketing teams and passed along to your sales teams, or vice versa. The listing on this slide covers the topics that we'll go over today. Also, in this presentation, we're going to assume that your team is using a marketing automation system as well as a CRM system. This could be a marketing automation system like ActOn, Marketo, HubSpot, ClickDimensions, among others. The CRM system could be, for example, Microsoft Dynamics or Salesforce. Whatever the systems are, the point is that you're leveraging technology to align your marketing and sales teams with the ability to pass prospect or customer information to one another. And don't worry, if you don't have the alignment today or the technology today, this presentation will hopefully provide you with insights on how valuable this can be as you plan for the future. And if you have already adopted these two technologies, we are hopefully going to show you ways to leverage the data points you are already capturing. Today I'll be featuring screenshots from the marketing automation platform ActOn. ActOn can be integrated with several CRM systems, and these are the views that would be displayed to the sales team from within the CRM environment. Specifically, what you're looking at is the contact record for a business. In this case, William Taylor is a customer of Actimatic Technologies. We are looking at a snapshot of all of William's touch points with Actimatic. We will highlight William as we review each of the topics in this presentation. And today, while I am featuring ActOn, keep in mind this is one of several marketing automation systems that are built to align your marketing and sales teams and can offer similar functionality. All right, let's start first with customer analytics or website analytics. If you are a salesperson, the mention of website analytics may immediately have you categorizing this as a marketing data point. While it is an important data point for marketing, it can be a powerful source of customer analytics for the sales team as well. Let's talk about how to use website analytics and then consider a sales situation where the use of this data may be applicable. Many times we think that the importance of the web is related primarily to the B2C market. And while we do know this group is heavy consumers of digital assets, this statistic also drives home that the B2B buyer is also very engaged online. 74% are conducting at least half, if not more, of their research online before talking with the salesperson. With all this research going on, would you like to be, as they say, a fly on the wall? Well, you kind of can be. What you are viewing here is William's website activity on the Actimatic Technologies website. By looking at this report, I can see the exact pages that William viewed on our website, as well as when he visited. In addition, I can also see via the Search tab what search terms William used to find our company website. Why is this important? Well, imagine a couple scenarios. First, William searched for one of our competitors, but ended up on our site. Interesting information to know. Or he found our site by using the keywords for one of our most high-end products. Having the opportunity to view this level of detail will start to give you some background information on where William is at in the sales funnel, as well as the focus of his search as it relates to your company. It's going to give you context for that first conversation you have with William. So let's apply this concept with a sales scenario. Let's say I'm a sales professional for Bank of the World. Let's also say that I have a prospect in my CRM system that I would like to reach out to. I could simply grab her phone number and make a cold call. Or I could access Suzie's record in CRM and first view her website activity. And look at that. Suzie has spent an ample amount of time on my bank's website. And based on her website activity, I am fairly certain I know what Suzie is looking for. In fact, Suzie has been to our website 5 times over the of the time she has spent visiting our mortgage services page. You know what? I think I'm going to drop Suzie an email introducing myself and offer her a link to an article that we have regarding tips for taking out a home mortgage, and my contact information to reach out with any further questions. Guess what? I received an email this afternoon from Suzie asking to set up an appointment to learn more. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at social analytics and how we can leverage this. 75% of B2B buyers now use social media to research vendors. And this, 73% of salespeople using social selling as part of their sales process outperform their peers and exceed quota 23% more often. Well, this sounds interesting. Let's look deeper into this. What we are looking at here is William's social media activity with the Actimatic Technology social pages. William has been active on their social pages, reading several articles on their LinkedIn account, as well as engaging on Twitter. Again, the ability to view this type of information your prospect is consuming helps to provide an informed, relevant conversation with your prospects. So in this scenario, we are a financial services organization focused on supporting the investment needs of mid-sized businesses. Larry is a prospect I met at a conference recently, and we connected on LinkedIn. In turn, our marketing department has been posting industry articles as well as our own thought leadership content on our LinkedIn page. I have noticed on Larry's contact profile that he has been very active in engaging with these posts and has specific interest in the posts related to 401k management. I think I'll drop Larry a LinkedIn message and to share another piece of content that I think he might find helpful. Moving on to email analytics. So marketers are becoming more sophisticated when it comes to developing email campaigns that are targeted to the customer during the various stages of the prospect's buying journey, with the goal really of moving them from an awareness stage to eventually a customer with the help of the sales team. So as these emails are sent and data is gathered regarding how the customer is engaging with the lead nurturing campaigns, the data collected can help to inform the sales team on product or service interests, but also by analyzing the type of content the prospect is consuming as triggers to determine if the customer is getting closer to the conversion stage of becoming a customer. Knowing what these triggers are for your various buying groups will be important to know when and how you should engage with the customer. You know, I thought this was an interesting insight. I think sometimes we write off email marketing as nobody reads it or it's spam. I would argue that if you truly know your customer needs and wants, and you're sending targeted, relevant, and informed emails, you will see a greater success with email marketing. In addition, the customer analytics captured can prove to be valuable to your sales team. Let's look at William again. As you can see here, Actimatic has sent William a series of emails. As a sales manager for Actimatic, I can specifically see what campaigns have been sent to William, as well as the emails that he opened and the links that he clicked within the email. Remember the fly-on-the-wall analogy? Well, looking at these insights will again give you another framework for determining where William is at in his buyer's journey and where to focus my efforts as a sales team and conversations with him going forward. Let's look at this example. So Paul is a high school senior and is currently evaluating different universities to attend next year. Paul has submitted an enrollment application to ABC University and was recently accepted. Paul was also accepted to 3 other schools. He now has a decision to make. Upon acceptance, ABC University sent Paul a series of emails. The emails included 3 different links. The first included information about selecting the right college. The second, an article on financial aid. And the third included a link about outdoor recreational opportunities near ABC University. On this particular email sent, Paul clicked on the recreational opportunities link. Based on that, ABC's marketing department sent another targeted email to Paul, further showing information about the community and extracurricular activities that are available, including a vast offering of cross-country ski trails, kayaking on a large inland lake, and ample hiking trails for the outdoor enthusiasts. Sure enough, Paul was very interested in this content and clicked on all of the links related to these activities. Paul is looking not only for a university of learning, but one of adventure as well. So as a recruiting manager for ABC University, I'm going to invite Paul to an upcoming campus tour, as well as invite him to a special outdoor excursion event we have planned for the afternoon with other students with similar interests. Again, a very targeted strategy. And guess what? Paul accepted after that tour and is looking forward to joining ABC University in the fall. All right, so who's heard the term content is king? You know, there's been a huge shift in the way that marketers reach out and engage with customers than they did in the past. You know, previously, we were known for pushing a lot of messages, spending a good deal of money, and hope that something kind of stuck and that we retained a customer. In the age of content, it's now a focus on informing, educating, and supporting our customer during their buying journey. It's about being there with the right content at the right time when the customer has the need or the problem solved. It's about leadership in the industry in which you serve and pulling customers in as they build trust from the content you share and in turn trust you with their purchase. And as you can see here, it's working. 74% of buyers choose the sales rep that was the first to add value and insight. It's simple, really. Customer has a challenge, a problem, a goal, and they need someone to help them with that. Be there with an answer that stretches beyond the widget that you're selling. Add value and insight to your conversations. And more proof that the customers want it. 82% of buyers viewed at least 5 pieces of content from the winning vendor they selected. So how do you use this content as part of your selling process? In this example, this screenshot is capturing all of the downloads that William made recently from Actimatic's website, landing pages, or email links. We can see what content that we have produced that is most relevant to William. This will give us insights into the problems, challenges, goals that William has. This view also shows us the webinars that William has attended or registered for. Many companies produce webinars, really much like the one you're listening to today, with the purpose of being able to help educate our customers and prospects. Webinars are a great way to generate a lead for your business. Let's look at a scenario for TLK Technologies and how they're using this. TLK Technologies has positioned themselves as thought leaders in the robotic technology industry. They are known for a sold-out conference held each year, as well as developing white papers, case studies, and webinars related to the topic. In addition, they also supply robotic technology. As such, their sales team regularly checks their prospect database activity. As a member of that team, I noticed today that Sarah has been downloading several spec sheets related to one of our core products. Sarah has also spent a good amount of time on our website, connected and engaged with us on social media. I also see that she attended a webinar that we hosted yesterday. I think I'm going to give Sarah a call today to see if she has any follow-up questions regarding the webinar, and also tell her about a new feature that was just released on the TI-85 robotic arm spec sheet that she downloaded today. All right, let's talk about forms and landing pages and how this relates to customer analytics. You know, the goal of marketing activities in most cases is to generate leads for the business. Leads can be generated with several strategies, but a common use of digital lead acquisition is the use of landing pages and web forms to convert a website visitor into a lead for your business. This lead may be generated because your prospect would like to download a piece of content that you have developed, like an ebook, or maybe the landing page has a form submission for a contest or promotion you're running. Or another example may be a quote request form on your website. In fact, 46% of marketers with mature lead managed sales teams have follow up on more than 75% of marketing generated leads. You know what this stat really means? This means that the leads that marketing is sending to the sales team are good and worth following up on. That's really core to a good lead nurturing strategy. So, you're on the sales team, and once that lead has passed on to you, what data can you use as a sales manager that might help you in the sales process? On William's record, we can specifically see the forms that he has submitted on our website, landing pages or surveys. Not only can we see what forms he has submitted, but what fields were captured. Maybe you asked a question on a quote request form regarding their plans to purchase in X number of months. Having visibility to this question will most certainly help you in understanding where the customer is at in the purchasing cycle and when and how often you may want to engage with them. Let's look at this scenario for Edwards Auto. Tom is in the market for a new truck. He has visited his local dealership website, Edwards Auto, several times over the past month, and today he submitted a quote request form off their website. The sales manager at Edwards Auto received their request and wants to quickly reach out to Tom. But before doing so, he takes a look at all the activity that Tom has done on their website, and also specifically looks at the information submitted on the form, the quote request form. It looks like Tom is looking for a 2016 Z71 Chevy Silverado in red, and he has indicated on the form that he plans to purchase in the next month. Great news! I have this exact truck on my lot, and there's a special promotional offer going on until the end of the month that I will share with Tom. I'm going to reach out right now and offer a test drive this afternoon. All right, move on to lead alerts. The old saying goes, the early bird gets the worm. Well, this saying is certainly true when it comes to the sales process, especially today with consumers that have short attention spans, information at their fingertips 24/7, and the majority with expectations of immediate responses. And following up fast will be to your benefit. 50% of sales go to the first person to contact the prospect. And this, if you follow up with web leads within 5 minutes, you're 9 times more likely to convert them. So how do you do this? Well, many marketing automation systems and CRM systems will allow you to set up lead alerts based on specific set of criteria. For example, you could set up lead alerts that immediately notify your team when a particular person or company visits a target page on your website, or they perform a specific action like filling out a form. By combining this real-time information with the visitor's entire activity history, a sales rep can quickly and relevantly engage with a potential buyer and hopefully provide the opportunity to reach out before your competition does. Here, in this scenario, Fred is a procurement manager for a large telecommunications company. They are currently in the midst of a large-scale expansion to their office building, where they are adding 500 new office spaces. Fred needs to source office furniture for the new space. During their last expansion, Fred purchased from Fast Furniture, and he is currently on their website to see what new products have been added since last time. The sales manager at Fast Furniture has set up a lead alert in their system for all of their large customers. When Fred visits the website, the Fast Furniture sales manager is going to receive an alert and decides to give Fred a call to reconnect. All right, what about those non-ready leads? Let's discuss options for your prospects that your sales team reaches out to, but they're just really not ready to purchase yet. How will customer analytics help you with these customers? The reality is that 63% of people requesting information on your company today will not purchase for at least 3 months, and 20% will take more than 12 months to buy. As a sales manager, you're going to run into this often. You have a choice. Put a reminder on your calendar to follow up with this customer in X amount of months, or you can choose to keep this customer engaged by putting them into a marketing-created lead nurturing program. Here, we have a snapshot of all the lead nurturing campaigns that William is currently a part of, or a history of past campaigns he was in. As William is engaging with the campaign, the indicators that he is ready to purchase much sooner than what your calendar indicates. Keeping the customer engaged during their consideration stage is important rather than leaving that conversation cold for several months. Let's see how this is applicable. In this scenario, Steve is an engineer with smart solar panels. And you had the opportunity to meet Steve at a trade show last month. After giving Steve a follow-up call from the show, you find out that Steve is interested in the new solar capture technology that you announced at the show. However, he's not ready to move forward with purchasing your component part until the next fiscal year. After the call, you decide to put Steve in a lead nurturing campaign that provides educational materials and specifications about your new component. You plan to monitor his activity on the campaign, as well as set up a lead alert for when he visits your website. 3 months later, you notice Steve's activity has picked up dramatically. So you reach out to him. Sure enough, his project was escalated and he is interested in testing out your part as soon as possible. Our final point today is customer re-engagement. Now that you have hooked a customer, you're most likely going to want to look for ways to add incremental sales or repeat purchases. As such, this snapshot of all of Williams' activities is a great data point to review for not only your prospects, but also your current customers. Check to see how they're engaging with your website, emails, forums, landing pages, events, etc. Certainly, if you're running any type of e-commerce website, this information is a goldmine. But even if you're not, there are several strategies that you can deploy to help you re-engage with your customer base based on their activities. So we did cover a lot today, and I hope you walk away with a new or renewed sense of customer analytics to empower your sales team. And I hope you'll join us for our remaining 2 marketing-focused webinars coming up on March 10th and April 14th. You can register for these webinars at ledgeviewpartners.com. All right, well, this wraps up today's presentation. I would like to thank you for attending, and I will now turn it over to Andy to close out.